you concluded the process of shooting shortly before COVID. So
Yes.
did that help with the editing process, that you had more time to just concentrate on that without having to worry about going out and shooting more?
Break it free from the mainstream, the studio machine. I want it my way. Indie Film Nation, you know it's gotta be Indie Film Nation.
For We Are Living Things, on a fiction film, the production, when it's completed, is completed. I mean, some Hollywood movies will do reshoots, based on audience responses, or if they had a problem and they weren't able to complete production. We completed production. We knew we were done shooting. I mean, I had a few little pickups to do, but I did them myself. Like planes in the sky, but those are not. I didn't require anybody. I didn't require lighting. I didn't require cast. And those were just because I wanted to. There was another shot that I got of a car going by, but other than that, production was completed. I think the pandemic, now we are somehow, it appears, hopefully turn the curve or whatever, this pandemic, meaning that we understand what it is to a certain extent, and we're getting used to living with it versus bottling in and not knowing what's going to be the future. But for the for the editing process, it was very disruptive just because of the unknown. It kind of suddenly this thing was out, and I was editing every day with the editor only for a few weeks. Then we're like, we have to separate. And so he was in Beacon, New York. I was in New York City using Zoom, and it just became. And we thought it was just going to be for a month or two. It just became the way the whole movie was edited. So it was really, and that kind of, also, there was no real point of trying to wrap, to finish the film. Festivals were online. We didn't know what the future was. So it actually put me, and I think a lot of filmmakers, in kind of a quicksand period where, you're isolated, you're unless you had, Netflix or HBO Max or somebody on your neck, you would kind of say, well, let's wait and see. And so it kind of, with film, it's something creative. You can continue changing it almost forever. And having this open-ended thing was actually, I think it was actually very negative in terms of, I didn't enjoy the process as I would have had it been normal. We would have a deadline, try and make this festival, so we're going to show it to them. This was nothing of that sort. So the editing went on for, a year. And it wasn't working. Sometimes I took like a month off. So I'm taking a month off because this thing is not ending, and the editor is going to be with his family, or, whatever. And so, this open-ended thing, I don't like it. It's coupled with the isolation, wasn't fun.
The film is done either when you run out of time or you run out of money.
Right. Exactly true. Yeah. So if you take, if you take that to our case, it's like running out of time. It was open-ended. Money, it wasn't really costing us because it was a commitment. It was like a flat commitment to finish the film. So it wasn't like we kind of, it has to be done by then. So it really, but then the editor, Alex, became involved in other projects. He has 3 kids. Now he directed a movie. So it became, it became a problem, actually. And it was very hard to then, at some point we decided, okay, we have to finish the film. And for me, that transition was very hard. I just don't know more of an emotion. I got so used to having the film with me that it was like, oh no, now I'm losing the film.
So were you, was your time frame pretty much the festivals?
Yeah, but the festivals are rotating, so meaning, if you lose one, then the next one, it's a calendar. There wasn't really a deadline, a timeline. At some point, though, we decided, okay, now, like I say, now we have to stop. Also because we were having video effects made, and then sometimes I wasn't using the video effects, and then so we're wasting. At that point, we're beginning to waste money because I was trying things, and then the producer said, "Look, let's discuss this a moment, otherwise." And it's also tedious to not complete things,
Right.
I mean, I never thought that I wouldn't complete it. That wasn't the issue. The issue was when,
We'll look more for We Are Living Things coming soon to a screen near you.
Great. Thank you so much.
Break it free from the mainstream, the studio machine.